In September 1901, William McKinley was murdered, only to be replaced by the one and only Teddy Roosevelt, who took office at the age of 42, the youngest president thus far. Teddy built Ranch Elkhorn in North Dakota. He became very integrated into the Western lifestyle before eventually moving back east. The US wanted to build a canal to strengthen their navy through mobility, but didn't know where. Wanting to build in Panama, its Colombian owners rejected it. The US supported Panama rebelling, and in return was given a 10-mile wide strip of land. After building the canal, being that it was owned by the US, a hefty toll was charged for quite a long time. After a few South American countries became deep in debt towards European powers, thus promoting them to collect money and take military action, the US stepped in by taking control of the Dominican Republic's Customs House. Realizing these countries would become target of European action, Teddy made the Roosevelt corollary, saying the US would serve as policemen of the Western Hemisphere. During his presidency, Teddy was a very active conservationist. He created the United States Forest Service to protect wildlife and public lands. He established many national parks, most notably Yellowstone. During the election of 1908, William Taft ran for president and won the election with ease. Taft was set and determined to continue with many of Teddy's programs. He was very open about his opinions of reforming legislation, tariffs, and his most famous act of trust busting. Taft is better known by his nickname, Fat Taft. By the end of his presidency, he weighed around 350 pounds. Many jokes were made about his weight, but more often than not, they were made by Taft himself. During the election of 1912, there were four main candidates: Teddy Roosevelt, Eugene Debs, Fat Taft himself, and Woodrow Wilson. Teddy, having lost the Republican nomination to Taft, started his own Progressive Party, or nicknamed the party Bull Moose Party. Woodrow Wilson ended up winning the election by a large percentage. Wilson was an admirer of Thomas Jefferson's ideals and visions. He wanted a nation of small farmers and business people, and to do this, he attacked tariffs, banks, and trusts, or what he called the Triple Wall of Privilege. In 1912, with the Underwood-Simonson Act, he reduced tariff rates. In order to reduce the difficulty of obtaining a loan, he passed the Federal Reserve Act, which made the nation's currency more flexible. He viewed all trusts as bad and passed the Clayton Antitrust Act of 1914 that named certain business tactics illegal and made many things for laborers legal, like strikes and boycotts. All of these presidents during the Progressive era reduced the power the large banks had over the nation, made great advances in furthering the country, and by the end had more equally balanced out the power between the public and the government.